Pleasures podcast holiday extravaganza. Unedited, unfiltered, and completely unhinged. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures, the podcast where we unwrap cinema's worst gifts and pretend to be grateful. I'm Stephanie. My pronouns are ho, 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 and oh no. I'm like a Guilty Pleasures Christmas movie, full of holiday cheer and questionable decisions. Fun to unwrap, but wildly inappropriate. Joining me for this cursed holiday feast are my beloved co-hosts. Let's go around the table. Jack is unfortunately tied up with tinsel and unable to join us. So Kelly, over to you.
Hey, I'm Kelly. You may know me from such podcasts as this one. I Know What You Did Last Christmas, and I am telling Santa.
Amazing. And making their festive Guilty Pleasures debut, it's Jonathan.
Hello, I found Jack, consumed him, stole his power. It was not enough to give me a body, so now I am internally consigned to this podcast. Thanks for having me.
All right. So if you are new here, first of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, welcome. This is the show where a bunch of film nerds gather every month to celebrate movies that are deeply, gloriously wrong for all the right reasons. We pick something that is objectively flawed, debatably watchable, and then argue about whether it's actually a guilty pleasure, a pleasure, or just a crime against cinema. And if you're a returning listener, hello, we missed you. We've been on a bit of a hiatus because, well, life. It turns out scheduling 3 very busy adults is harder than understanding the plot of half of the movies we cover on this show. But we are back with our soft reboot, Guilty Pleasures 2.0. And if I do say so myself, it's better than ever. In addition to a new format and some fun new segments, we are joined by a new co-host, Jonathan. This means even more terrible opinions and at least 30% more peer pressure to watch things we'll regret. For our grand return, we wanted to do something festively unhinged. So tonight is our very special holiday episode. Think of it as an awkward family Christmas dinner, but instead of politics and resentment, we're serving cursed Christmas movies. So here's how tonight's feast is going to work. We've got 1 main course and 4 cinematic appetizers. We're going to dig into our feature presentation first, then later in the show, we'll sample a whole flight of bad Christmas movies. And at the very end, we're introducing a brand new tradition, a little competitive segment where each of us passionately defends a terrible Christmas movie, and our host for the night, Kelly, will crown the winner, who gets to host next month's episode. For this episode, we're going to turn the reins over to our mistress of ceremonies, Kelly. She's in charge of tonight's menu. Kelly, what fresh holiday hell have you served us this year? Tell the nice people at home what we're starting with.
Well, y'all, we watched Elves. Oh, Elves. How did we get here? Stick with me, kids. This is a journey that begins improbably, but also incredibly probably with Terrence Hulk Hogan. You see, last Christmas, I was also granted the power to lovingly force my co-host to watch a movie of my selection, and I chose the perennial holiday classic, Santa with Muscles. Like a complicated fan fiction writer, I'm a girl who likes to top herself. So when once again given the choice to go big or go home, I knew for me, I could never go home again. But how in the hell do you manage to top a movie where the Hulkster, in a fit of amnesia, believes himself to be Santa and helps save an orphanage from a crystal-seeking Ed Begley Jr.? Nazi elves, incest, needless cat murder. And please consider that a trigger warning if you are particularly sensitive to these things. It is clearly, a puppet, but we don't judge what upsets people. Elves is legitimately one of the most bonkers movies I've ever seen, and I will reserve my full history with it and how how this bananas bit of cinema came into my life for a little later, since it directly tied to my new co-host. But I will say this. This movie is tip to taint bonkers in the conkers. It's wild. It's dumb. It's so goddamn watchable, and I can't wait to talk about it. Back to you, Steph.
I feel like if puppet cat murder is what upsets you, then I might just skip this film altogether, because there's a whole smorgasbord of truly amazingly offensive material in this film.
Guaranteed to offend people of all places, times, creeds, and religions.
Yes. It's to the point where I think Nazism might not even be the worst offense in this film.
It's really hard to say.
We should debate for sure. What is the biggest crime against humanity that happens in this film?
Oh,
the fact that somebody greenlit it, I think maybe just like the fact that it exists in and of itself. But oh boy, it's something special.
Yeah, we were bantering before we got started that I started trying to take notes of this and write down any line of dialogue that was particularly unhinged or any particular scene that I thought was absolutely bananas. And I stopped about 30 seconds in because I realized that I would write the entire script down and that would be what we would discuss. So there's just so much in this film for us to get into. And Kelly, I want to ask you, how do you want to start getting into this crazy feast that you've served up for us?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I think the best way maybe is simply to say that my history with this movie is that Jonathan brought it into my world. For anybody who doesn't know, new co-host Jonathan is my lover and cohabitant.
Oh, did you just say that?
Let's
we promised we weren't going to do that.
Rewind.
Everybody leave the room.
My lover.
We only moved in together about 6 or 7 months ago, and before that,
telling the story of our love right now. Is that what's happening?
Oh dear God! I'm not drinking enough.
Everybody drink. We were long distance dating, and sometimes we would pick a movie to watch remotely, but together. And Jonathan picked this movie, and I am bringing this up simply so that I can say my only history with this movie was that Jonathan brought it to my attention, and I have no idea how they came across it. So I think like a good way to start this is maybe to go into how each of us came across this movie, because Steph, I know you saw this before this viewing, right? Like you'd seen it previously. Am I correct?
Yeah. And here's the thing that I need to tell you. And then you're going to make whatever judgments you wish to make about me, which are all probably very fair. I've seen this movie not once, not twice, but multiple times before.
I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
A lot of questions.
Yeah. And all the times willingly. Completely voluntarily.
No, that makes sense to me, because there is something very weirdly watchable about this movie. Like it definitely rewards a kind of like campy, in the right headspace rewatch. But I am so curious what circumstances led you to feeling like, well, tonight's an Elves night.
Well, it's like a tradition. A friend of mine introduced me to it, like you, Kelly, and it gets pitched as one of the most bonkers Christmas horror films of all time, and truly it lives up to that, because a lot of times people hype stuff and they're like, oh my God, you got to see this thing. And I've seen so much weird shit that I'll watch something and be like, what's the big deal? Like, this is pretty normal. And this movie is legitimately unhinged, even if you've seen a lot of unhinged stuff. It's like the fact that somebody, and repeatedly when I'll watch it and I'm watching it with friends, one of the comments that I make over and over again is that like somebody wrote these words down on paper. Like somebody wrote a script and then I'm assuming showed it to people and got some kind of funding somehow. And more than, showed it to actors, obviously. And so more than one person had to be like, yeah, sounds good to me. Like I'm on board.
People didn't write the script. Cocaine wrote the script. Cocaine wrote, directed, and produced the script.
And acted in at least part of it. I mean, I'm not so sure about Grizzly Adams because he seemed pretty sleepy the entire time.
He was sponsored by...
Yes.
You can't convince me otherwise.
He was sponsored by what?
Ambien.
Yeah, he seems very sort of stoned in this, and he's and the way I don't know if you guys noticed, but when he does his lines of dialogue, all of the sentences sort of run together. Like there's no beat, there's no inflection, there's just, it's like 4 sentences that all sound like one sentence.
And if you told me that he had been paid entirely in like Big Macs and they were like, here you go, buddy. Just like, here's dinner for the night. He'd have been like, okay, man, that's great. That's fucking great. Let's do this.
It's very much like someone told him he was doing a sight reading, like before, like, you know, when you get the script for the first time, you sit down and you just read it stone cold, no inflection. But they didn't tell him that this wasn't that run. This was the actual like shooting of the movie. And he's just reading it out. And I respect that.
Yes. That's a good point. It does feel like just like a table read where you're not trying to perform. You're just trying to like get the lines out. And
the only reason I feel like it doesn't feel like that is simply because I feel like the first time you read through this movie, presumably the first time you read through this script and you get to the point where they're like, oh, Christmas elves are created by Nazis in Project Paperclip or whatever, I think that like you'd be like, what the fuck? And every intonation would change. And instead, everybody's just like, oh yeah, I'm the mother who's casually murdering a cat for no reason. And I'm barely going to process that. Like everything is so blasé for like the most absolutely bananas revelations. Like totally insane bullshit that the first time we watched it, I was by myself because, again, we were watching it remotely. And I just kept going, what? Like, what the fuck is happening? Because it's every new revelation is crazier than the last. And somehow everybody's weirdly calm about them.
Yeah. And if you're watching this with somebody for the first time, it almost takes 6 hours to get through because you've got to pause it like every 5 seconds and talk about what you just saw that was the craziest thing you've ever seen. And then like literally 2 minutes later, there's a new craziest thing you've ever seen that's even crazier than the last crazy thing. And by the end of it, you almost have to respect you almost have to respect the game here because it's like it's so banana. It's not like, I don't know how anyone comes up with this. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I think the thing is like when it was about almost exactly a year between watches. So this time Jonathan and I watched it together. And like the big thing I remembered was elves are Nazis because it's hard to not have that be that
elves
kind
are
of
not
Nazis.
Thing. Elves
they
were
made
to
by
be
Nazis.
Nazis after the Nazi love child.
Correct. I'm so sorry. So embarrassed.
Get your lore right, Kelly. It's very important that we get the lore absolutely correct in this very masterful film.
There are 2 schools of thought.
Oh no, don't ruin it.
That's the big thing that like I remembered. And then when we were rewatching it, it's so quick in the process of it that you're like, oh my God, that's this insane thing that somehow wasn't quite as insane as the big thing that I can't believe I forgot it. Like we had to stop a couple of times for me to be like, oh my God, the little brother is such a like weird, incestuous creep.
Oh my God.
And why is the mother a total psychopath? And like, why are they in a mall like in the night of the comet? Like there's just so much that like in any other movie, this would be the absolute over the top craziest thing. But somehow in this movie, it's like, it's the 3rd craziest thing or the 4th craziest thing.
Yeah. And it's a movie where you're like, if you try to sit down, you're like, okay, who's the biggest villain in this film? Like, and it's not just spoiler alert. I would say not the elf. And there is only one elf and there are no elves plural as promised. But yeah, it's just like, who is the biggest? And every single person in this poor girl's life is an absolute psychopath.
Right. But she's also a girl who like is introduced saying we're the master race. So like, you could argue the better question is who's the actual hero in this movie?
Obviously, Santa. It's a Christmas movie. Or an angel.
I mean, or Agamemnon, I would say. That's my vote.
Poor Agamemnon, R.I.P.
Oh, Lord. Poor pregnant murder cat. backtracking a bit to how this movie graced us, it's worth noting I usually don't rewatch movies. If you've seen A Clockwork Orange, that end scene where his eyelids are just taped open, he's just watching like a battery of horrible things. That's how I watch movies, and I've introduced so many gems to Kelly that way. The fact that I had to see this movie again, I'm not complaining, but I never thought this would be in my life a second time. So I'm right in
You
between.
brought this movie to my attention in the first place.
Yeah, I drop little psychological weapons and then I, slash and burn the field and I move on with my merry way. This is the gift I bring to the world.
How did you come across this movie in the first place?
Instagram. If anyone is looking for bonkers movie recommendations, find your way onto a very specific what are those things called that track your every movement, kind of like Big Brother? Algorithm, that thing. Find your way onto the weird movie algorithm and it will give you the most unhinged things you've ever seen.
Yeah, this movie definitely has it's got a cult reputation, and people that know and people that are into oddities and psychopathic cinema have heard of this film. It's definitely discussed in many circles. I mean, I think mainstream audiences, this is pretty obscure, but for the weirdos like me, this is one of those films where people are like, dude, if you haven't seen Elves, you need to rectify that immediately because it's going to change your life.
Yes. Yes, that is very correct. I mean, it feels like it could be 3 different movies, honestly, that they're trying to squeeze into one. Like, one is a family psychodrama. The other is Grizzly Adams, private detective, Santa detective. And then there's this weird, like, Nazi mysticism movie. And none of them really fit together. And there's also, like, again, the weird, like, Night of the Comet, like, girls just hanging out in a mall hoping to get fucked, wearing deeply strange lingerie. I'm sorry, did my cat just ruin the audio?
1,000%, yeah.
Yeah, your cat. I was like, jingle bells, what's happening?
It's
You're
the
getting a
Christmas
little too
episode.
festive.
Catsby recognized that this is a movie in which a cat gets brutally murdered and felt like he had to
There
Chime
must
in.
be justice.
I object, Your Honor.
in invasion. He did at one point when we were watching it the second time, like, hop up on the bed with us, and then it was like, no thank you, bye. I have so many notes that are just quotes from the movie of me being confused, but also like her brother at one point, I just wrote, this small child has a filthier mouth than I do, because he's saying very weird things like, you have big tits and I want to look at them, or something like that, which is like,
all right, Kelly, before we get too far down that road, I think that's a great segue, because, we talked about literally, like, I downloaded the script for this film and you read it, and every single line, almost to a fault, every single line is insane. Like, it does not seem like a normal person wrote it. And that scene, and we're going to do a little dramatic readings of some of the craziest scenes in this film and some of the most insane dialogue, because I think that's the best way to explain this film to somebody who hasn't seen it, is to hear what some of the actual conversations are. But that scene with her little brother, it's very early on. It comes out of nowhere. It's apropos of absolutely nothing. It serves no purpose whatsoever in the plot. And it's just this little scene where he's just saying insane things, and it's incredibly inappropriate and absolute bonkers. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? And yeah, but I feel like that's every single scene, but that scene particularly stands out because it does serve absolutely no purpose. There's no reason for it. And it's never revisited. Like, he's like a total crazy perv for like a minute, and then they have a normal relationship, kind of.
What's funny, like, if this had been made now, I would say this was written by AI. Because it has things like, like, I have written, has a teenage girl ever said her mom needs to get laid? Like, that's not something that, like, you expect a teen. Now, granted, this is a teenage girl who is clearly the same age as her mother, as we discussed. Like, this is in that era where, like, every teenager who was cast was in fact 34 years old. But,
40, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think that goes to show, like, this was a real movie of its time. Like you said, it was a Night of the Comet movie. Basically, I was trying to figure out a tagline for this movie, and it's the gate, but worse. It's just this weird mysticism with this I don't give a fuck attitude and a whole lot of drugs going into making it for these like devil may care, the mall is life teenage drama that just spins out of control. And that was the 80s.
Yeah, and I mean, we do actually actively see a Santa doing cocaine in this movie. So, like, it's really not a stretch to say that cocaine was actively a part of this movie. They're in no way condemning his cocaine use in it. But, like, almost everything about it, like I said, it feels like if it were made now, it would be made by, like, ChatGPT or something. Like, somebody would have said, hey, ChatGPT, write me, like, a weird version of Silent Night, Deadly Night or something like that.
Here's the thing, though, like,
is so nuts.
I hate AI so much, but I'm going to tell you that if somebody did use AI to write the script, it would be far better than what we get. Like this, to your point,
beg to diff, Steph.
No, listen.
I edited AI articles for a period of time, and they went so far off of like what the prompts were, and went so crazy and far left field that like actually, this is actually a little bit more focused. Maybe it's gotten a little bit more refined, but like when I was editing AI articles, they were really, really, really bad.
Look, it wouldn't be good, but I don't think it would be this unhinged. I think it would at least try to make some semblance of sense, right?
I disagree because I feel like this would fit. No, hear me out. So do you remember that time? Hold please. There was a beautiful period in time where a billionaire took over a very popular social media platform.
We can just say it's Elon Musk and Twitter. We can say it.
Oh, did Elon Musk do that too? Weird. Well,
oh my God, we're gonna get censored.
This random, mysterious, unnamed billionaire also created an AI, and for a while it just became Mecha Hitler. This is that golden time where the AI Mecha Hitler wrote its own screenplay, and it was Elves.
Yeah, I mean, I think like for a movie that is ostensibly against Nazis, there are things that feel kind of anti-Semitic.
Is it? That's my question. Is it against Nazis or
only the bad
really
Nazis?
Well, like I have heard in my
the
notes,
good-natured
like,
ones.
The department store is called Golems, and like if you know about the history of Judaism, like a golem is a clay creature that was built that you put a prayer into its mouth and then it sought revenge for you, usually.
It's actually very clever.
It's not very clever, babe.
Oh my God, this movie is so smart. It's so smart.
I will always defend the invincible.
Like it feels like it really like it feels like it's at least borderline anti-Semitic, even though it's sort of saying like Nazis are bad, but like at the same time, it's
sort of saying Nazis are bad. Asterisks.
At one point, like, the grandfather is at least somewhat posited as slightly more sympathetic as the mother, which is so deeply problematic because not only is he a Nazi, he's a person who like raped his daughter, and they're still like, but he's still more likable than she is. And it's like, no. Like, let's not play that game.
And I don't want to get too far ahead of it ourselves, but that scene where, the daughter gets the big horrific reveal where you're just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, this girl's going to be in therapy for the rest of her life.
And her mother reveals it in like the most horrifying way ever.
For sure. And then she goes to talk to her grandpa and he's like, yeah, I mean, it is kind of a bad thing, but, and she's just like so calm about it. And she's so just like, she still loves him. And she's like, but why, grandfather? Why would this happen? And he's telling her that he raped her mom to impregnate her to create a master race. And now there are killer elves after her because of it. And like, he's telling her the most unhinged, insane, monstrous things. And she's just like, this is kind of a bummer, And I'm like, this reaction this girl is having, is she in shock?
A lot going on right now.
I think it's just like you're so touching on something that's like endemic of this entire movie, which is just the sort of blasé reaction to deeply upsetting shit. Because I was just like reviewing my notes a little bit, and one of the things I wrote down is that while the guy who should have been Roddy Piper, Grizzly Adams, or whatever his name is a Santa who's living in the mall, apparently. He is living in the room where the previous Santa has been murdered, and there is still a chalk outline on the floor with like blood actively staining the floor. And he's just like, let me smoke 17 cigarettes and read my book about runes.
We're getting so far ahead of ourselves.
Well,
I don't know how you cannot get ahead of yourselves with this, to be honest.
Go watch the movie. You'll understand.
Kelly, let's take a step back. Let's be really methodical about our in-depth discussion of this film because we want to give it the credit it deserves.
I'm so sorry.
We want to take time to really digest and analyze all of the scenes so that we, get the deep layered metaphors that are happening because there's a lot of really smart stuff.
To be honest, there's so many moments where I just wrote down something that was absolutely insane that was said in the movie that I don't even necessarily know what it even meant. I wrote down, first you're Santa, then you die. And that must have been a quote in the movie because I put it in quotation marks.
That makes sense.
But I don't remember it. When there's no more room in hell, the elves will walk the earth.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
I can't remember what all of this meant because it's so absolutely insane that there's no good explanation for it. Even if you watch it, I feel like while you're watching it, all you can think is, okay, this movie's happening to me.
Should we maybe tell the folks at home what the movie is ostensibly about so they don't think we're all either stroking out or having a fever dream?
Well, you can try. Yeah.
I'm on this.
Godspeed, I say.
Welcome aboard.
The movie Elves is a thrilling think piece on what would happen if Nazi scientists mixed mysticism and magic to summon the spirit of Christmas and create a super soldier made of the incestuous rape love child of former disabled Nazis and the immortal elves who somehow got a free ride on Noah's Ark. Narrated by Grizzly Adams.
All right, brilliant.
Bravo.
I mean, you missed at least 15 weird things that happen, but it's a good start.
Well, he's not saying the whole movie. He's giving us a high level plot synopsis.
I'm just saying, even the Grizzly Adams of it, the idea that he was some sort of celebrated detective who /
archangel.
Well, he said he was an alcoholic, so that he had a fall from grace because of the alcohol.
I feel like there's not a lot of reason to believe he's not still an alcoholic as the movie progresses, but that's okay.
There's not a lot of reason.
He certainly is after the movie's over.
And then he's just invited to be he went from being a detective to becoming a Santa because of convenience, who then lives in the mall.
You can't convince me he's not actually still a detective because an actual detective just gives him the case at one point. The mall Santa just gets the case.
Mm-hmm.
So I can explain this. And
no, you can't.
It's going to make a lot of sense. I fucking can. So you just listen. So he was a detective. Then he lost his badge. Then he did security, mall security, which is how he knows the guy who runs the store, which is why he goes to him and he says, "Hey, do you have any work?" And he's like, "No, we outsource all the security now. Fuck you." And he's like, "No, I'm clean now. I promise. I'm really good." He's like, "We don't have anything for you." And then he only became a Santa because the other Santa, Cokehead Santa, got killed. And so he was desperate because it was Christmas Eve and they needed a Santa. So he got the job and he's living in the mall because he's broke and homeless because of his alcoholism and losing and being desperate for work. So it all makes a ton of sense if you just think about it and really, let it wash over you in the proper way.
He did get evicted from his mobile home, which is a detail you didn't include, which people don't usually get evicted from those. They just get evicted from the lot, but that's fine. You can lock someone out of a mobile home, I guess.
Yeah, if you're not paying your rent.
Was he renting the mobile home? Because he could afford a car and then blow up said car.
I just like the idea, okay, I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
We need more information. We really need to do a deeper dive.
We need a sequel. That's what we need.
I just like the idea that this mall could stay open after multiple people have been murdered in it. The first Santa's murdered in it.
It's Christmas.
And then 2 teenage girls are murdered in it. And they don't shut it down. They don't actually shut the mall down, which I don't know.
People need toys.
About the legal. Oh my God.
People do need toys.
They need stuff. It's Christmas. Yeah, that's way more important. I think that's actually the most believable part of this film, if you want to know the truth. that capitalism would be more important than people's
That
death.
might actually be true. Yeah, that may actually be accurate.
No consequences whatsoever.
Whereas the most ridiculous part of it might be that these elves are 2 feet tall and nobody ever just punts them.
We're going to call this the chopping mall part of our review.
How dare you bring chopping mall into this?
That's what they were in a furniture store. It was the same setup.
Chopping mall. I thought chopping mall too. I had the same. I was like, this is very chopping mall-esque, which is I think
it's got that chopping mall Night of the Comet quality of like that interesting era where like malls were considered not just like a place where you went shopping, but kind of an entire neighborhood almost. She appears to work in a Stone Cold diner in the mall.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely not a thing that exists anymore.
People got to eat.
Maybe you'll see like a TGI Fridays or something like that, but like an actual diner, which is a very distinctive and unusual thing.
We're all very, very young on this podcast, so I only know these things from my historical records. But apparently, for the old people, there was a time when the mall was like the place to be. It was like where all of life happened. It was everything. And this was like pre-internet, pre-social media. There was like nothing to do. So you went to the mall and you hung out and you like, tried to hook up with like cute boys and you did shopping and you ate and you saw movies and it was like a whole thing. It was a big deal for old people.
Story, that my grandfather told me. Definitely didn't happen to me at all. One time I was invited to the mall, said my grandfather and not me at all. And it was a surprise blind date. We're gonna roll right past it. Don't worry about it.
No, a surprise blind date at the mall.
Yeah, 1,000%.
From your grandpa?
Yes, my grandpa, not me, had a surprise blind date at the mall. They got called on their landline, which is a thing the kids, including me, don't also know about.
Oh boy.
What's happening now? I'm so confused.
Okay, so Jonathan, this definitely happened to you. You are your grandfather.
Yes, I'm my own grandpa in this story.
Oh my God, that's very Elves coded.
Oh no. Full circle, baby.
You're like the dad and the grandpa and the child.
Oof. Oh gosh. Okay, are we talking about the incest thing now? Because I would like to talk.
Wait! I want to hear the end of this story.
Yeah, you got to finish
to a surprise blind date.
No,
I know
Kelly.
you're excited about incest, but like let's like table it for a minute and finish the story.
Fine, jeez. Never let me talk about incest on the show.
You got so excited, you're like, oh, incest, yes.
You all got to get excited about the incest, and I'm like, wait, let's go back. And now I want to get excited about the incest. This is on the internet forever. This is fine.
Oh no.
So Kelly knows me. We're moving away from the incest. I need to put a conceptual block between me telling the story and the incest. There was no incest in this story.
We need to stop saying the word incest for at least 5 minutes, I think.
Clock starts now.
So I also the incest. Damn it.
Clock starts now.
No. So Kelly knows about my dating history. I am utterly naive,
oblivious.
Some would say, on the spectrum. So I just moved on with my merry life. Yeah, and absolutely nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. We had a good time. They were very into me. All of her friends cornered me like, what do you think of her? It's like, oh, she's cool. And then I went to school the next day.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's on brand.
Yep. This is fine.
Very on brand. All right, well, that was an anticlimactic story.
I tried to stop midway. No one would let me.
Well, you presented it like it was going to be exciting, and we were all very
you really
invested.
made it sound like you were going somewhere interesting.
Never
It's
listen
not our
to
fault.
me.
It's not our fault.
I was going somewhere interesting, talking about the incest, but I wasn't allowed
We
to do
had
that.
high expectations, and you let us down, but it's okay.
That's like my
All right,
early
well,
dating life.
let us go back to our elves. And I will say, I have a note that says at one point, I'm not sure why this girl would turn to her same age as her mother for comfort, because she has had this horrible thing happen where if you haven't seen the movie, and if you haven't seen the movie, please pause the podcast. Go watch this absolutely crazy
God
movie,
forbid we spoil it.
Right. 30 minutes later.
Honestly, less that and more of I don't see how anything we say is going to make any sense if you don't watch the movie.
I don't know if it'll make sense if they do watch the movie.
Well, that's true. It doesn't make that much more, but it makes at least some sense in the
Well, we're
sense
going
of
to
like,
reenact the movie, so it's going to be
that's
fine.
true.
They're going to get the gist.
But like her mother is the most unsympathetic person, and by that I don't mean like she's an unsympathetic character. She is, but I mean she has no sympathy for her daughter.
No.
And at this point, like her daughter has had two friends who have been horrifyingly murdered, and she's kind of like, you suck, I hate you, you're a terrible daughter, eat my farts. And still she kind of goes to her for sympathy, and I was confused by what her thought process was there, because at this
she
point,
doesn't have anybody. Like, who's she
I
gonna?
know she doesn't, but at this point all she's seen is her mother be unbelievably abusive to her. Like, we have not seen any degree of kindness or softness between the two of them. We've only seen horrible abuse and cat murder.
Well, they tried to pull a Sixth Sense, and spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the movie Sixth Sense, what are you doing with your life? I'm sorry, that was judgmental, but get it together. They're trying to present like, oh, this terrible character, but actually she was a victim all along. But she's written in such a cartoony way, it's really hard to form sympathy or antipathy for this character, because she drowns a pregnant cat in the toilet, basically unprovoked. And it's like, oh, we're just cartoony, slapsticky, twirling mustache levels of evil. But also, it's revealed later that she had this horrible thing happen to her, and then we throw her away entirely. I don't remember actually what happened to her character after that scene. I think she just like evaporated, like she's just gone. She served her purpose.
She gets killed in a bathtub, I think.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, does she get electrocuted? Is that right?
Yeah, that was our first boob job.
Yeah, because we get a naked scene.
Which that's the one you want.
Which I have listed in my notes as nudity, but make it weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on brand for this film. It's like everything is like, it's that thing, but make it weird. Whatever it's going to be.
Also,
figure out the weirdest way to do it.
I have so much that I just have to refer to my notes to. And so, like, please, guys, feel free to bust my balls or light me up or whatever. But, like, I have apparently when the grandfather was talking about the unfortunate impregnating thing, it was not traumatic for her at all.
Yes, yes.
Sir, excuse me, sir. And
he's like, it was fine. She was drugged. I mean, it didn't.
And I don't know if the movie wants us to believe that or not. That's the problem.
Well, I think you're supposed to believe that that's what happens, and that he thinks that makes it not that big of a deal.
There was some strange grooming that was implied, as much as you can take nuance from the movie, because she's describing this girl's father, our female lead, and the mother is saying, oh, you're just like your father. He was also intelligent and handsome and controlling. And then she makes the big reveal, like, surprise, it's your grandfather. He assaulted me. But also, let's not start with he was handsome and intelligent when you're about to, like, open this can of worms. Like, what are we going for here?
Also, like, maybe get your children out of this terrible situation. Maybe don't feel like you should stay there. And I know, I trust me, I understand that, like, trauma is a complicated thing. Abuse is a complicated thing. But at the same time, this movie is not that complicated. Like, this is not the movie to explore those dynamics. This movie is more of just like, at one point it feels like it's very much the Christmas version of The Craft, and then it forgets that they're introducing these girls as kind of being vaguely witchy, even though that's the thing that apparently sets everything off, I guess, that, like, she spills her sweet, sweet, sweet virgin blood on the ground where the elves were.
That's correct, yes.
Which is bonkers. Like, there's so many things that are absolutely underdeveloped at best, that make virtually no sense, but then also, like, are not followed through to any significant or meaningful ending. And so there are these things that should be sensitively handled that are absolutely not sensitively handled. And I'm going to be honest, guys, like, I'm going to throw this more to you, Steph. Like, we've barely even touched on Santa Detective Santa, and the fact that the elves are Nazis. We've barely talked about the
elves
Nazi
are not
elves.
Nazis. The elves.
Kelly, how many times do we have to tell you?
The Lord's very clear.
God. Kelly, do we need to stop the podcast and have you go back and rewatch the film so that you can really understand?
I mean, I'm probably going to watch it again next year because it honestly feels to me like it could become an annual watch for me. Like, I have a weird, genuine affection for the deep strangeness of this movie. Like,
me
the
too.
unspeakable oddness of this movie. But, like, some of that is, again, something we've barely touched on, which is I genuinely enjoyed Detective Santa. Like, he's phoning it in big time, but also he's pretty fun. And he is smoking a pack of cigarettes each scene. Like,
now,
I kind of miss that era where you could be the hero and you could just smoke constantly.
Yes.
And he's great. Go ahead, Steph. I'm sorry.
Well, my question for you is he phoning it in because he's like, fuck this script? Or is he not a good actor? Or was that the direction that he was given?
He was.
I know none of us know.
He was not.
He's not a good actor. I feel like in a way he's trying to do a little bit like a Rowdy Roddy Piper in It Lives, of the sort of like almost sort of deadpan delivery, but I don't think he has the ability to make that work. I don't think he has the talent to make that work. But at the same time, well, that doesn't mean he was good. Brad Pitt was a big star when he did Interview with a Vampire, and he's still pretty bad in that movie.
Oh God, yeah.
But at the same time, I felt like, to me, the movie is most alive when he's on screen, because as much as he's not a great actor, he is, I think, the most compelling presence in a movie of people who are all not good actors.
Charismatic.
This leads to a question I have, because Steph, you are a frequent flyer of this movie for reasons. What was the hook that keeps you coming back? Because I know my favorite part, and that's on brand for me.
I mean, it's really just the fact that it's so bizarre, and I love things that feel different, that don't feel like the same thing that you've seen a million times. And I love the fact that there's really not another movie that I think this is. I mean, it definitely like pulls from a lot of different sources, and it has like references and things where you're like, oh, that feels familiar. But as a whole, it's just its very own unique thing that's so bananas. And I feel like every scene is crazy. There's no scene where I'm like, well, this feels normal. Every scene feels crazy. And I find that very charming and delightful. And it's endearing to me. What about you?
Weird in all movies. So Kelly has opinions about the remake of Nosferatu, and I have the same feelings about those. But what gets me about both of these movies, I know.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh dear.
All right.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
No, I'm done.
It has a very valid complaint in both movies, which is we have to sacrifice and vilify like female sexuality, and the resolution can only happen when you sacrifice women in the most perturbed, like distorted version of female sexuality and pleasure and ecstasy and all that sort of thing. And it's morally irredeemable, but they both have these charming, quirky little academic types who are so extremely removed from the plot and whatever's happening that you can almost like dissociate into these like bubbly little nerds doing their bubbly little nerd thing. And I really, really, really enjoy those bits of the movie. Like, it feels like I'm watching another movie. Like, if someone from I don't even know what slapstick Three Stooges university would come from, just visited as like a co-star and then left again. Like, the description of not only like what the elves are in one breath, uninterrupted during dinner while yelling at his children, or the librarian pulling off the one book that talks about this one symbol. They're so good. They're so good and so excited about what they're doing, and they have no bearing, and they should be phoning it in, but they just give it 120%.
I think you're touching on something that like I find to be part of what I genuinely liked about this movie, which is that like the sequence where Rowdy Roddy Detective Santa goes to a professor whose address he absolutely should not have been able to just find casually on Christmas Eve's house. It feels like that had to be a sequence that was written by a comedy writer, because it's so silly. The idea that they would just be like, yes, we will eventually talk to you, and we're going to keep carving the turkey, and we're going to focus on things like why the little girls are throwing things at each other. Like, all of that's actually like not, I don't know, maybe it is accidentally funny, but if it is accidentally funny, it's so accidentally brilliant that people who are intentionally writing comedy couldn't necessarily do what they're doing. Like, the idea of having all of these things in the play that are so silly and so funny. Yeah. And like to have them be incidental, like having this professor like accept this very strange man into the home on Christmas fucking Eve and like be annoyed by his daughters and not ask enough follow-up questions about like, hey, how do you know where I live? And like, why are you asking about the Nazi elves? And like all of this, like that's actually, it's so funny. And so it would be smart if it's intentional, and if it's accidental, it's even smarter in some ways. But just accidentally brilliant, because like all of it is perfect comedy beats. It's perfect comedy beats that like you could spend a month trying to break that kind of comedy of like, okay, so he does this and he does this, and like it's so good, and it's all played that. I don't want to give the actor too much credit, but it's all played so straight that it's hilarious. It's really, really funny, and it plays more like an intentional comedy scene to me than like so many of the moments in the movie are to me accidental comedy, because it's over the top. It's too big. It's trying for a horror moment, but it's hitting something that's funny instead because it's too big and it's too silly. But like that felt to me like it could have been genuinely written as a comedy scene by a savvy writer. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about the writers involved with this movie because I don't think they exactly went on to light the world on fire. But I love that sequence so much. And when Jonathan and I did the remote watch of it the first time we watched it, that was the one where it was like, that was the scene that stuck with me and that I kept telling people about afterwards because it made me laugh so hard. Like, I just could not handle it. Like him telling his wife, like, could you stop them from throwing food at each other, or something dumb and small like that, was just so silly and so ridiculous. And his absolute refusal to ask, like, excuse me, sir, what? Like, why are you asking about this right now on fucking Christmas Eve? And also, how did you find my home address? Like, which would be my first question.
Well, he did say the librarian gave it to him, I think.
That's not a good enough answer, Steph. That's not okay.
I don't know what you want, Kelly.
That's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I love about it too, is that it's mostly played very sincerely, because you know, like so many
really
films
straight,
will try hard to be like bonkers. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make a so bad it's a good movie, and it doesn't work because it's try hard and it just doesn't land. And this film is played pretty straight and is also like hilarious, but it doesn't feel like they're like, look, we're going to make a really campy, silly film. Like, you genuinely feel like they think they're making a straight horror film.
Yeah, it's organic.
And it's great. It's fucking great. Everything is gold.
And
whether intentionally or not. No.
Like,
well,
clear,
I mean, things are scary, but in a twisted way.
Well, yeah, but like more in like a psychological, but like even that doesn't really feel intentional. It feels more of like, this is an incredibly tone-deaf screenplay.
It's one of the, like, I wouldn't say last because this is a pretty dated movie, but it hits that line of being a genuine cult classic, and that it's not trying to be a cult classic. It's trying to do whatever the hell it's trying to do. And by virtue of, like, I think almost the penultimate scene where everyone is getting shot, but they're taking the appropriate amount of steps to do the action they need to move the plot forward before immediately falling over dead. Like, bullets have no power here unless your part in the movie's over, and then you can die. And I think that level of almost like film tone deafness is what really makes it a great fun watch, because it's like, no, that's, I get what you're going for, but that's not how film works. But we've done it and now we're moving on. Okay, cool, check.
Yeah, I feel like nothing works, and as a result, it all kind
Everything
of works.
works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like even that plot synopsis that you did in the beginning. It's like that alone, you're like, gee, sign me up. Like, what the? I've got to see this. I've got to see what the fuck happens in this film. And you think you know, and then you watch. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what you say, you don't know what to expect until you actually get into it. And it's even weirder than it sounds, which is so impressive because it sounds insane.
Yeah.
And it sounds that way because it is that way.
We could literally say there was a Looney Tunes-esque dynamite scene where a car blows up and people would believe us. And they should, because that's actually in the movie.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
Do you guys feel like this is a good time for us to reenact a few scenes so people can get a better sense of what we've experienced?
I do want
as good of a time as there's ever going to be, Steph.
There is one movie sin I have to point out, and that is the elf vision. And I just, before we move on, we have to talk about the it's so bad. It's so bad. The lighting's already weird. It's like someone just put Vaseline over the lens and like, you're in the elf perspective now. Like I feel like I'm a worm. I feel like you've made me a slug. I can't see anything that's happening. And now everyone's shooting at everyone. Okay.
What a weird description. You're like, I feel like I'm a slug. You've made me a slug. I'm like, what?
Watch those scenes and tell me you don't feel slug-like. You're on the ground.
I did not feel like a slug. And now I feel like maybe I didn't watch it properly. I need to watch it for the 30th time and see if this time I feel like a slug as I'm watching it.
Maybe you'd have the words for it. It's very slug-esque. Yeah. It's very Kafka even. All right, dramatic reading.
Oh my God, Kafka. Yes, this film, if nothing else, is very Kafka-esque.
Kafka-esque, yes. And right now, Kafka doesn't know why, but he's rolling over in his grave.
Oh.
Okay. All right, we're going to try this, guys. So I was going to say we should do it before I consume too much alcohol, but it may be too late. So
I've had several glasses of wine.
I've had several.
Steph, I assumed you just downed a Jägermeister when we were getting cute earlier.
I was about to. If it would have gone out much longer, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the kitchen and making some shots. This is too much.
Kelly, I just want to on air in front of
we still have a lot to talk about, Steph, so you might want to get those shots.
And let people know how glad I am to, spend our first Christmas together and have this, really, really intimate time where, we can just bond and grow as people. Glug, 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 glug in the background.
While we're in different rooms.
Yeah, there's nothing more intimate than podcasting about the film Elves. It's such a romantic movie full of Christmas joy.
Oh, well, no.
All right, we're gonna try this, guys.
Okay.
And I just actually started to have to cough right when we were like, let's do the script. So let me see if I can not have a coughing fit. All right, segue. All right. So I feel like we have tried to explain what this movie is, but sometimes language fails. So it's time for a little segment we're calling Over Dramatic Readings. We've pulled a few key scenes from Elves that really capture the, let's say, spirit of the thing. We're going to perform them as if this is a prestigious award-winning drama instead of, Nazi elf Christmas trauma made for $27 in a pack of cigarettes. Kelly is going to be playing a professor who knows way too much about Nazi elves, and our heroine, the cursed Kirsten. Jonathan will be playing our mall Santa Mike, Kirsten's monstrous mom, and her BFF Brooke. I'm going to be taking one for the team to play the film's most unholy trio, a grandfather whose crimes are so atrocious that somehow being a Nazi doesn't even take the top spot, a particularly pervy little brother, and the boy-crazed friend, Amy. lights,
remember your sacrifice.
camera.
Also, I would like a quick moment to mention, if anybody who's watched the movie is listening to this, I don't remember Kirsten's voice at all, so I will be doing it all in full Valley Girl. If that's inaccurate, I don't care.
You know what? I'm really disappointed by your lack of commitment and dedication.
I feel like you're not dedication to the sparkle
That
motion.
you're just like, I'm gonna wing it. It's really disrespectful to the film. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
While we're in Spaghetti Junction, would someone like to attempt to sum up in 3 words what we're about to read in each section?
I'm going to. I
might
have
be a good idea.
I have narration for each section.
Well, I didn't read my prep materials. Go on,
No, you
Steph.
didn't. I am the consummate professional, and I have prepared thoroughly so that I can give this film the respect it deserves.
I did so much research for this film and for my other film that I watched. Look, this is my first time on the show. I'm just trying to do a good job.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
And we're really throwing you into the fire, like with this one. Like, you're really starting with a doozy of an episode.
The next films.
And Kelly assigned us like 35 films to watch and talk about. So,
oh my god,
I watched all of yours stuff. I got a ways into it.
You didn't watch mine?
I didn't get to yours. No, I had to do a thing. I had to do a thing that will be revealed later. I had to do a thing that will be revealed later.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't know if I can continue. I need a moment.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I'm the one who
really missed out. Well, it's fine because I'm going to give you my passionate dissertation on it, and then you're going to be like, "Holy fucking shit! I have to go see this film immediately." So it'll be good. I'll convince you of why you need to watch it.
I very much doubt that, but I'm willing to be wrong because I know Kelly.
It is an experience for sure. All right. Do you guys have your script in front of you?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, so for each little scene, and you guys know what parts you're playing, right? And you understand the highlighting and how to follow it. Perfect.
Yes, your highlighting looks much like my highlighting, but I can read names. I don't know where that sentence was going to go, but yes.
Are you colorblind? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
This might be how I find out. This might be how we all find out. Yeah.
It sounds like an adventure.
Okay. Yeah. So for each little scene, there'll be a little brief intro and then a brief segue to the next scene. So let's get started. 3, 2.
No, Kelly, that's not how it works. Take 3. We gotta take from the top. From the top. Come on. Try it again. 3, 2, and party time.
Oh my god.
It's going great. It's going great. We got this. Lock in.
Holy shit. All right. All right, we're gonna do it again. 3, 2, 1. We begin in the forest with 3 teenage girls summoning the spirit of anti-Christmas with the least coherent feminism imaginable.
We now convene the Sisters of Anti-Christmas.
All right, I'm already out.
Consummate professional, this one. Consummate professional.
I wasn't expecting all of that. That threw me a little bit.
I told you it was going to be Valley Girl.
Okay, try it again, and I'm going to try to not lose my shit the next time.
Take 4.
Okay, ready? All right, you want to count me in?
3, 2, 1.
We now convene the Sisters of Anti-Christmas.
What is this, a script? We bemoan Christmas as a petty, over-commercialized media event? What's bemoan?
It means I didn't get any good presents last year.
I can totally relate to that.
You guys, I thought you were going to help me figure out how to get Dave.
Oh, come on. He's bent anyway.
We are, Amy. But why just figure out Dave? We should figure out everything. We're girls, remember? We're the master race. Killer? We could control everything and everyone.
Ew, what do you mean?
What's this?
It's our symbol, the Virgin of Anti-Christmas.
Virgin? Ew, Ew.
Let's get out of here.
What about the ceremony?
We just have to be blood sisters.
Stop.
Ew. And with that, a pagan girl boss ritual, some stolen Nazi literature, and a little blood on the forest floor, Christmas is officially cursed.
And
Smash cut. Smash cut to Kirsten's home life, which is somehow worse than the Nazi elf.
What are you doing? You pervert!
I'm not a pervert. I like seeing naked girls.
I'm your fucking sister.
Yeah, and you've got fucking big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody I saw them.
Get out of here. You're not supposed to be in here without my permission.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Mom says she's giving me all your money, so fuck you. And that, my friends, is a real brother-sister interaction in this film. That made it past at least one human being reading the script and saying, yes, print that. And because this movie hates literally everyone, the elf and the family cat get involved. It tried to kill me! It tried to kill me!
What? What are you talking about?
It was like a little man, like a ninja, only like a gremlin.
Don't be ridiculous, darling. You were dreaming. Oh, there's your answer. It was the cat.
It was a fucking little ninja troll.
Agamemnon, come here.
Yes, the cat's name is Agamemnon, and no, the movie does not deserve a cat named that cool. Meanwhile, at the mall, the girls are dealing with truly important teen concerns: boys, fashion, and cursed erotic poetry.
Are you sure we're not going to get into trouble?
Relax. When experiences like this, it helps me with my poetry.
Life is long and life is hard. Kevin's is thick and Dave's is a yard.
This isn't really a yard. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, pause. A yard would
okay.
kill you. A yard would kill you.
Only if you don't know what you're doing. You got to fold it over itself.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay. And since we're paused, this accent you're doing, Kelly, is really, it's really sending me.
I forgot that Kristen was the main character, and this wasn't going away anytime soon.
I didn't know I was committing to this for so long, but I'm
Yeah,
you really did.
And it's getting like the words are getting longer and longer. Like,
I'm so sorry.
oh my God.
It's not going to get better, just so you know.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you're committed now, so that's
I know. I've got to see this through.
Woo, okay.
Okay.
Back in.
Mhm.
And with that, poetry is officially canceled. But then, because things weren't horrifying enough, Mom decides now is the perfect time for a little war crime reveal.
I wish Dad were here. He'd know what to do.
Cue dramatic music. You remind me of your father. You're a lot like him.
I am?
You're attractive.
Oh.
You're bright.
Ooh.
You're independent.
Mm-hmm.
Impulsive, self-centered,
Uh-huh.
narcissistic, and I know exactly what's been going on.
Uh.
Oh, you and your friends, you were where you weren't supposed to be, weren't you?
Oh, why do you hate everyone? Why do you hate me so much? I wish you were a dad and Dad was still alive.
Dad? Dad? You want to talk to Dad? Go back into the study and talk to him.
What did you say? Just died.
Your father isn't dead. The man in the study is your grandfather and your father. Doom, doom, doom.
And also, the voice is really killing the gravitas of this scenario that we're in right now.
Which one of
this
them?
has the gravitas. So-
I think the mom has the right amount of gravitas for an evil psychopath, but when she's like telling you that your grandfather is your father, you're like, oh my god, seriously?
No way. So sick.
Have you guys ever watched Adventure Time?
Yes.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's Princess Bubblegum, right?
No, it's a
it's
lumpy
the
space
cloud.
princess.
Oh, Lumpy Space Princess.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
It wasn't
my
intentional,
God.
but I think it must have been in the back of my head. Yes.
Everyone's worthless at this talent show. I'm totally gonna win when I sing these lumps. I know you wanna slump up on these lumps.
Oh shit. Okay. I can't do this that I'm about to do, so I'm going to try it, but let's see if
Make
I can
it
get right.
real offensive, Steph.
Go full Rocky Horror.
I am not proud of what I did, Kirsten. What I did, I thought was necessary. I thought it was important. It was not traumatic for her at all. She was drugged, unconscious. I took no pleasure in it. It had to be.
Why?
To produce you, the inbreeding was planned. It was controlled, so you would be the perfect female line, a repository, a receptacle for the pure genetic information that we thought must survive, must conquer.
You're insane.
But Kirsten, I love you. You're beautiful. You're perfect, and I love you.
No.
And that, friends, is the moment the movie throws subtlety into the nearest wood chipper. Finally, we consult an expert, a professor, a scholar, a man who absolutely does not have time for Nazi elf lore on Christmas fucking Eve.
Why don't you tell me what I want to know about the elves? I want to know the connection between the elves and the Nazis.
There are two schools of thought.
What are they?
One, the Nazis experimented with elves as assassination teams. Small, easily hidden, silent, vicious. They have magical powers. They can't be hurt or killed. They eat anything. They're a perfect soldier. The problem is, there's no such thing.
What else is there? Tell me some more.
Theory 2. The elves were a genetic engineering experiment. I like this one better. It mixes science and the occult. Each elf was to house the haploid gene structure in its sperm cells to produce the master race. Once again, magical powers. Can't be hurt or killed. Driven to select the genetically perfect human mate. The proverbial virgin. Of course, holy midnight consummation on Christmas Eve.
Wait a minute. Tonight, you mean?
The elf mates with the virgin on Christmas Eve to produce the master race, and it will eventually rule the world. But once again, the problem is there is no such thing. There are no elves.
Why do so many accents?
Magical powers.
Steph, lock in.
Oh, shit. I just want to stress that this is delivered while the man is trying to eat his Christmas dinner with his two young kids listening in.
Goddamn circus.
And that concludes our overdramatic readings of Elves.
Scene.
Now that you've heard the script, let's talk a little bit more about how any of this got made and whether suffering through it qualifies as a guilty pleasure, actual pleasure, or community service.
I need to hit pause. I need to hit pause
Oh my
because
God,
I have
Lord.
to know, what were you channeling in that last time? Like, Valley Girl was clear. It was to the point, laser focus. I feel like we took a trip around the
Wait,
world.
was it bad? Did I do a
No,
bad job?
no.
It was hilarious.
It was so good. You started with German, and then you became Midwestern, and then you were a cowboy for a hot second, and then you're fully Transylvanian.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. I got into kind of a Mae West thing. And I
Yeah,
just
you did. Why don't you come up and see me?
down.
Oh, it was great.
I was just having
Oh,
fun.
shit. That was fun.
I wish I had a better answer. I was just having fun.
This is so much fun!
I think our podcast from now on should be nothing but that. Just like us doing a bunch of crazy ass voices for 3 hours.
Just nonsense.
Oh my God.
I was trying to channel my Tim Curry with mixed success.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was like the mom, arguably one of the most evil characters. She was so sophisticated and so elegant and elevated.
Yeah, we think of evil mom.
I'm
That's usually
talking
what
like
you
a
think
fucking
of.
asshole.
You were great. You're so good.
You were great. I was like dying. I was like, oh my God.
The craziest thing is that we haven't even talked about, like, as much as Elves is bonkers, we haven't even talked about the craziest movies in all of this. Yeah, we haven't gotten into elf bowling.
Wait. Do you think? No, this is an important conversation before we segue.
Okay.
Is it your assertion that the other movies we watched are crazier than Elves?
Yes.
Elf bowling, yes. Yes, because I think I don't.
No, we have the same answer for
necessarily
different reasons.
I don't think that Medea's Christmas is crazier. I don't necessarily think Jack Frost is crazier. A New York City Christmas wouldn't be if it weren't for that twist at the end, which might make it a little bit crazier. But Elf Bowling has a song that says slavery makes the world go round. And that might
scream
make
I
it...
scrumped, Steph.
Yeah.
The scream I scrumped. We didn't even hear the rest of the song. It's just, they opened with that.
No.
I was just hollering the entire time.
Yeah.
Slavery makes the world go round. It's easy enough to see.
Yeah, it's true.
Kelly
After-
probably has it. Like I messaged you, right, when I was like, oh my God, there's a song about racism in here, or a song about slavery in here.
Yeah, yep. You said there's a song about slavery, and then when we were watching it, when it got to that song, Jonathan just started slapping my thigh and saying, Kelly! Kelly! Kelly!
Increasing
Like, okay.
decibels. It's not even that it's a song about slavery, like, because Kelly said you had mentioned that, and I'm like, oh, they're going to be subtle. But, like, no, they just open with slavery makes the world go round, staring into the camera. It's just like, can we just go from there?
I'm sorry, this is after we've already had to reconcile with the fact that this is again, ostensibly children's movie that involved Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, saying things about, like, My Little Fun Bags Princess, where he's just talking about how big her tits are.
Ew. Is it over?
Do we kill now?
But I mean, I could list quotes from Elves for like the next 7 hours, but
Me too.
like,
Me too.
it would just all kind of lead to the same conclusion, which is that like it's insane.
Can we take 5 minutes to rapid fire
nobody
quotes?
ending.
Because I feel like we'll be doing the world.
Yeah, let's throw out some quotes. I
Okay.
love it. What do you got for us, Jonathan?
Santa said oral.
What? What?
Santa said oral. And that was the entire scene. Santa said oral. She says what? And Santa gets in close and says, Santa said oral.
Oh, that's the creepy Santa that gets killed.
Yeah, he's not there for long, but he says Santa says oral.
And you know what I wrote down what she says about him after he gets killed. She's talking to the detective and she says, he was a pervert and a drug addict and somebody killed him. Isn't that the spirit of Christmas? And the detective says, no. No, it's not.
I have listed in the quotes, honey, would you tell these kids not to be throwing things at each other, which was definitely during the, like, I'm showing up
Christmas
at your
dinner.
house.
Yeah. And those kids are just sitting there staring at him while he's telling this like insane story about these Nazi elves.
And they
then
do a surprising number of like long shots on these children.
On these children being like enthralled by it, just staring at him. And then one of the kids says, what's an elf? And he says, elves. And it's so ironic because the movie's called Elves and there's only one elf.
One singular elf, yes.
But he makes a very big, like he's very upset with her. She's like, what's an elf? And he's like, elves.
It did tickle me that they definitely missed the stage direction in that scene, which no one but me cares about. Like, at the very end of his tirade, he tells the girls to stop throwing food. And I think the girls are supposed to be throwing food, but they're just listening patiently. And it cuts to them just being delights. And then it just cuts away and we never talk about it again. That's wonderful.
I also have listed as a quote, just, what's wrong? Are we going to be all right? No, Willie. Grandpa's a Nazi.
I have a quote only because it was said in such sincerity from our favorite librarian. Are you asking me if I believe in elves? No, I don't. But God did. Which is an insane line. Which is an insane line to say.
Oh my God, I forgot about that line. That's so funny.
All right, so I think, do we feel like we're ready for our final segment, which is where we each get 60 seconds to give our final thoughts?
Yes.
And 60 seconds, no more. You will be timed. And I will rudely interrupt you if you go over. And then we will decide if this is a guilty pleasure.
First up, Kelly.
Ready, set, go.
Elves is an absolutely insane movie, and it's absolutely nuts and bonkers, and nobody should watch it expecting something good, but they should watch it expecting something crazy. And it's a great Christmas movie. It's a classic. It's dumb. It's astonishing. It's stupid. I love it. Yes, watch it every year. Watch it frequently. You're going to love it. You're going to hate it. Everything that you want it to be, it is, and everything you want it to be, it isn't. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, shit.
Do you have time left over?
You have a lot of time. You didn't even do 30 seconds. You were just like so ready to go on that. Do you want more time or do you feel done?
Start spreading the news.
My love, that in no way answers the question that Stephanie asked you.
No, I didn't, but that's okay.
My time.
You were just, and you were like, it's so funny because you were just like, I don't know. Oh my God. Okay, Elves. It's great. It's great. You got to watch it. It's like the best thing ever. I was like, oh Jesus.
I can talk fast when I need to.
That time limit really got you going.
And it should be more challenging for Jonathan, who is a slower talker.
Okay, I'm gonna reset it.
Here's Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan. All right, tell me when you're ready.
On your marks, get set, go. Elves is a movie that if you put in a time capsule into the future generations, they would think that it's probably best that we're all dust, which is why Elves is a terrible, terrible movie, and everyone should watch it because it's an important part of our culture, to a time when everyone could go to the mall, enjoy their friends, and have this devil-may-care fantasy where cocaine ruled all. And that's why it's a great movie if you're an absolute horrible human being who likes things of incest and Nazi experimentation and unfortunate essay situations. But if you can get past all that to the true Looney Tunes nature of the movie, you see a passion project of full joy where none of the actors could care less except the side actors who put in way too much effort. Is it a guilty pleasure? It's certainly a film, which may or may not be a live, straight-to-TV radio program. And if you're confused and have whiplash, congratulations. You may have just watched the movie Elves.
Oh my God, that's like 55 seconds.
Wow.
Did you practice in front of a mirror? Yeah.
No, I'm just staring at a timer on my computer.
Steph, who's going to time you?
Well, I don't know. I could time myself if you want. I've practiced this, so
not.
I think it
Let me
should
find
be.
my phone. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
OMG, it's Stephanie.
Okay, so I'm going to try to sum up Elves in a poem because I think that is how this movie deserves to be processed. Yes, in honor of the gorgeous poetry that is in this film, I'm going to write a poem, and I would like you to start the clock right now.
Go.
'Twas the night of anti-Christmas in the Midnight Mall display. A teen girl dreams of Nazi boobs and things go quite astray. Her grandpa's not just grandpa, he's her dad and also Reich. Because this film thinks eugenics is a fun plot twist to like. There's prophecy, there's virgin talk, there's breed her on this night. And none of it is handled in a way remotely right. There's bargain bin satanic lore, a cartoonishly evil mom, a pervy little brother, and a purring Agamemnon. Dan Haggerty plays Santa trying hard to do his duty with a script I feel is best described as a crime against humanity. If the film itself doesn't kill you, enjoy death by drinking game, take a shot with every goddamn our Santa does exclaim. Now here's your festive takeaway in case your brain needs help. It's incest, Nazi, smoking Santa, and one very horny elf. The end.
Woo! 46
Well
seconds. Well done. You can sing a song if you want.
I'm giving myself a hand. Bravo, Stephanie.
Woo!
Bravo.
One hand clapping. Excellent. Wonderful.
That was fantastic.
Okay. So we've kind of already done this, but it's time for our very official verdict. So for each of us, is it guilty? Is it a pleasure? I will go first. Guilty, yes. Pleasure, also yes. But in the way food poisoning is technically a weight loss plan. Kelly?
Well said.
Kelly, guilty pleasure?
I don't believe in guilty pleasures, as we've established. I don't think anybody should ever feel guilty for liking what they like, but absolutely in every other respect, yes. This movie is legit terrible, but oh my God, it's watchable. It's so much fun. And like, I will say, I don't think you should watch it more than once a year, but allowing a year to pass between each time allows you to forget how crazy it is. And experiencing in real time the absolutely bonzers developments of this movie is magical. It's so much fun. And also, I know like the first time I watched it alone. And I still enjoyed it greatly. But like, if you can watch this with somebody, it's really fun to watch with somebody else, especially if they're seeing it for the first time. So just something to keep in mind in the guilty pleasures context of, I think a lot of times the best guilty pleasures are something that you can have a really good time sharing with somebody else and letting them experience it green and seeing them processing the weirdness. So yes, 100% guilty pleasure. Don't feel that guilty. Enjoy it, but yes. Are you snorting at me?
Yes.
No, Stephanie is snorting at
Which one of you was snorting at me? Only one of you can be punished for it.
She was not snorting at you, sir. She was snorting, sir.
With you. It was with you, Kelly, not at you.
All right. Well, you can't be punished because you're in Texas, so it's okay.
Oh, I'm being punished enough already.
No.
All right. Jonathan, do you have a summation?
Oh, it is I.
Do you want to do a dissertation on the nature of guilty pleasures?
No, I'm just going to bite your skis, which is a saying that Kelly doesn't believe is real. So guilty, absolutely. Pleasure, yes. And the way, let me paint you a picture. So it's
Lord.
a snowy evening. It's in the spirit of Christmas.
Oh my God.
You're watching the snow fall gently. You feel all cozy and warm. The beauty of life just feels very simple now as you drift off to sleep on the side of Everest because you're freezing to death. So if your brain starts to turn off and you don't recognize or process the horrors around you, it's a wonderful movie.
Good Lord. Oh, okay. Well, that was quite a summation. And
Steph is like questioning all of her life choices. Wow.
Yeah, even before we started.
As her co-host.
You invited me in.
Oh, shit. Okay. So that takes us to our next segment, which is where we are going to introduce a new tradition that I am calling the Guilty Gauntlet. Each of us has been assigned by Kelly a terrible Christmas movie to defend as if it's a misunderstood masterpiece. And Kelly, as tonight's mistress of ceremonies, will judge our arguments and crown the winner, who will become next month's host. And so for each movie, when you go, please name your movie. Give your serious sounding over the top defense. Let's keep it at about 2 to 3 minutes. And then end with a killer line about why you think it deserves to be protected and enshrined. And Kelly, do you want to list off like the movies that you did assign to us to watch, and then we will do our little roundtable?
Yeah, absolutely.
Two questions. Could we do a quick bio break and synopsises? Because we are optimistically halfway through.
Absolutely, a quick bio break.
Yeah,
bathroom break. Okay, got it.
Create
murder elves. Okay, perfect. How much time do you think we need to go murder elves?
It'll take 2 minutes to get down the stairs, 3 minutes to catch them because they're all lubed up. 5 minutes for the deed, another 2 minutes. So like 10 minutes.
Okay, so Jonathan means like 3 minutes total. About 3 minutes total.
Well, there are 2 of us in one bathroom. Unless
I'm not gonna have to pee. I'm good. I'm great.
Lies and pictures of also lies. I've never met someone who pees more than you. Keep that in the podcast stuff.
Wow. Shots fired. Jesus.
I know, I'm catching strays, Steph.
No, okay. We have to sit on the edge of every show and every movie we ever go see just so Kelly has easy access, which I'm not at all upset about. I'm just feel like we're gaslighting the world into thinking that you don't pee. Like girls pee. The world needs to know.
Bathroom, Jonathan. Just go to the bathroom. I'm good. Thank you.
No, my Reddit bros, my 13th Warrior faithfuls, girls pee. Tell my story.
What is happening? Oh my god.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy a brief intermission.
I was given unbelievable power, which I enjoyed and it immediately went into my head, to allow my co-hosts and friends a unique experience of Christmas nonsense. I've watched a lot of Christmas movies, friends, and most of them have been bad, but there are degrees of bad, and there are kinds of bad, and I don't want to settle for just normal bad. So, to my dear friend Steph, I assigned the deeply strange movie, A New York City Christmas Wedding, which I will let her explain why and how it is deeply weird. To my dear friend Jack, who is not here today, but who we are pouring a 40 hours in his honor because we love Jack, I assigned Elf Bowling, which we will all discuss in Jack's honor. And to my beloved Jonathan, I assigned
My lover.
My lover. And to myself, I assigned... Oh, no, I forgot what I assigned myself. Oh, Medea. A Medea Christmas, which I will talk about and explain and will not let myself win, even though it is tempting to just keep over and over and over again proclaiming myself the winner, which would be very funny and also very deserved because I'm amazing.
Wow.
Tabling that. I'm going to throw it now to Jonathan, who seems to have a lot to say about Jack Frost, who will then throw it to Steph, who will then presumably throw it back to me. All right. Jonathan, beloved.
Hello. Yes, my dear.
Go for it.
I'm so glad you all, first of all, I'm going to try not to cry. I'm so thankful you all invited me. This is a very serious moment for me. This is very, very big.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take it seriously.
Thank you so much.
Go again.
I know I was a guest star before, but like to be invited onto the podcast, this might last one episode if Steph gets sick of me, which may happen. But I did try really hard. I want you to know Steph, I want you to be proud of me. I did a lot of research for this. I just wanted to like share some of that research and give my synopsis because I'm a little nervous, but this was like my one solo part that I'm. Myself wasn't going to cry. I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to get into it. All right.
Oh my God.
So I had Jack Frost, which is a wonderful holiday movie. It is the tragic story, which has a feel-good ending, where we have a Christmas movie that ruminates on death and acceptance and overcoming, in which the titular Jack Frost gets in a tragic accident on his way to, a very important date that he has, and unfortunately passes away. But luckily, the truck explodes and the chemicals bring him back to life, from which he goes on a killing spree across the town. And everyone has to band together to topple this mighty foe. And it's just a really, really, really touching film. Doesn't really stand up to the censors that well, but that was my Christmas movie.
Oh no, Jonathan, that's the wrong Jack Frost.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh jeez! I worked so hard. Oh gosh! Oh hold on! Wait! I can do this. I can bring it back. Okay. So this is the movie where a snowman comes to life with unnecessary bully lines throughout. That resolves in horrifying snowman intervention. Snowman has unclear powers. Does it sound like the other movie yet?
It sounds like both movies, Jonathan.
Oh, okay. The cops trying to look out for a snowman. If you told me the movie was actually about a child having a psychological break, I would believe you. There are dangerously irresponsible bits of child endangerment via sledding. Does this sound right? Does this sound familiar?
This is both Jack Frosts.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! We already talked about the life-altering accident. It ends with the snowman evaporating. A scene.
Which involved a Keaton.
Yes.
Oh no!
All right, I have a question. I need to stop the tape for a second. Did you guys just do a fucking skit on this podcast? Yes. Did you guys just do a planned skit on this podcast? As an adorable couple?
Yes.
I was expecting you to cut me off and be like, wait a minute, that wasn't the right one. Were you just going to let me get away with talking about the murder Jack Frost and not the Christmas Jack Frost stuff?
Absolutely not. I was always going to step in.
Oh no, I broke Steph.
I am broken.
You're trying to stop. Okay.
Elves didn't break me, but that did. So think about that and sit with that for a while.
Oh no.
Oh my God. All right. Very fun. What a delightful treat that was.
So
Nobody
will say,
has ever said the phrase delightful with less delight in their voice.
If I didn't tell
less delighted when they said the phrase delightful.
What a fucking delight that was.
Oh yeah, no, that was a bit for a brief
Jonathan's
shining
been planning
moment.
that for like a month.
I almost didn't tell Kelly, and Kelly would have the same reaction because Kelly knows that that's not the movie she assigned to me. But I can't not tell Kelly because she would have gotten very anxious and felt bad for me that I researched the wrong movie. So I had to tell Kelly.
Oh, that would have been so. I actually kind of wish I would have seen the organic response because it was so cute when she was like, "Oh no, honey, I'm so sorry."
That was actually a spot on, Kelly.
Thank you. You do when you're being adorable. Oh no, sweetie pie, no.
I just don't want people to get upset.
See,
you're the best.
It's like kicking a puppy. You can't do it.
All right. Let's get into a New York City Christmas wedding.
Okay. I don't have a bit prepared, so I feel a little.
Oh, that's okay. I don't either for mine. So.
All right, guys. So my movie is the 2020 Netflix holiday romance, A New York Christmas Wedding. It weaves queer romance, Catholicism, grief, and a very messy angel twist into a Christmas what-if story. Now, before I begin, I want to note that it is impossible to talk about this tinsel treasure without spoiling the jaw-dropping plot twist. So please skip ahead a couple of minutes if you want to experience this modern Yuletide classic untarnished. But now that the stage is set, let's get into this misunderstood masterpiece. In the increasingly bloated canon of holiday cinema, where cookie-cutter small towns and identically handsome men in flannel shirts blur into one extended sugar cookie cinematic universe, A New York Christmas Wedding dares to ask a truly radical question. What if Christmas, instead of being about heteronormative destiny and a promotion at the bakery, was about grief, bisexuality, Catholic guilt, and the multiverse? We've seen the It's a Wonderful Life template before, but this film wields it as a sacrament of regret. Instead of politely implying queerness through side characters and ugly sweaters, this film puts a bisexual woman of color front and center and asks what it actually costs to choose the acceptable path over the authentic one. And then, because subtlety is for cowards, it incarnates that cost as a literal angel. Azrael is not just a sassy guardian angel in a fabulous coat. He's the embodied consequence of choice, the ghost of an unlived life wearing human form. The film looks at the trope of the Christmas angel, those saccharine, twinkly-eyed messengers of vague goodwill, and says, okay, but what if the angel is your true love's aborted child, actually, in order to walk you through the metaphysics of your own repression? Is it tasteful? Absolutely not. Is it coherent? Debatable. Is it the most aggressively on the nose visual metaphor for Catholic guilt I've ever seen in a holiday romance? Without question. The film takes every cozy holiday trope, angels, weddings, church bells, twinkling lights, and corrupts them into a queer fever dream about choice, loss, and the lives we might have lived if we'd been braver just a little bit sooner. It's tonally chaotic and full of impossible to reconcile plot holes and more WTF questions than you can shake a candy cane at. But queer people navigating family expectations, religious dogma, and their own history do not experience life as a neatly structured Hallmark 3 act. So maybe, just maybe, the chaos is not only forgivable, but entirely the point. So yes, A New York Christmas Wedding is absolutely a guilty pleasure. But it's guilty in the specifically Catholic sense, ornate, overdramatic, riddled with contradictions, and obsessed with redemption. It's a film that looks you dead in the eye over a mug of hot cocoa and says, you cannot spell incarnation of unresolved trauma without Christmas. And frankly, if that's not the true spirit of this podcast, I don't know what is. Over to you, Kelly.
That was wonderful stuff.
Did you skip over Angel Fetus? Sorry.
No, we did not skip over Angel Fetus at all. I think Steph acknowledged the Angel Fetus, which is undeniably the strangest part of that movie.
Were you not riveted by my speech? Did you miss like such an important point of my conversation?
No, I'm asking because I heard it and then I heard a lot of other things after it. I'm like, we're not gonna circle back. We're okay.
I was trying to make you watch too many things, and I was worried that if I tried to make you watch a New York Christmas Wedding, you might like break up with me.
Oh no, you pay half the lease.
You think that would have been the straw that broke the camel's back?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or are we telling Kelly stories now?
Oh
yes,
no, we're not.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
We're recording, so please give me your word.
Nah. All right, so we're back to me. Hey, so girls, gays, boys, and theys, I'm excited to talk to you about A Medea Christmas. This is my first Medea movie. I don't know how many people have seen other Medea movies, but I had never seen one prior to this. I went into it absolutely unclear on what to expect. I've heard mixed things about Tyler Perry, and I can't say that I'm totally on the other side of that perspective now, but I will say that against every reasonable odd, I had a really good time watching A Medea Christmas. I think there are things that could be arguably deeply problematic about it. The Klan being used as a laugh lines, that's a conversation to be had. But and Medea herself, initially she's very abusive. She talks about how much she hits her children, but then she becomes weirdly the voice of reason, and that's strange. And I don't know how we feel about Tyler Perry going in full drag, but ultimately, for better or for worse, Medea's pretty funny. She's a pretty funny character, and the movie hits a lot of Hallmark type Christmas movie beats that are super cheesy and over the top, and then unexpectedly super Christian, like wildly Christian. And Chad Michael Murray's there for some reason, and Alicia Witt, and oh, who's that? Knock, knock, knock. It's Larry the Cable Guy. I don't really know what's going on with this movie. It's crazy. It's all over the place, but I had a lot of fun watching it. And I didn't expect to. I truly went into it expecting to hate it, and I didn't hate it. I think it's pretty solid in the terms of a holiday movie. I don't know if any of Medea's stuff would hold up outside of the holiday movie world, where we are very forgiving and very ready to accept nonsense. But I had a good time watching it. So my full assessment is, yeah, that's a movie I watched. Oh.
My full assessment is, yeah.
Well, hold on. Wait.
Yep.
Since I know that both of you watched this particular movie, I would like to check in with both of you and see what your perspectives were on A Medea Christmas. Jonathan, you watched it with me, so I'm going to table you for a second, and I'm going to go to Steph, and we'll come back to you, my love. Steph, what was your feeling on A Medea Christmas?
Wait, so I'm not also your love?
Well, you don't live with me, so no.
No, I need a term of endearment if you want me to speak about this movie.
My beloved. Steph, my
Lazy,
beloved.
she's a writer. Try again.
All right.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I can do better. Steph of my heart.
No, that's what you used for me. No, try again.
Oh boy.
Jonathan, I've used every term of endearment on you. We live together.
I'm like Snookums or Snuggle Bunny or
No, you deserve better than that. No, you deserve better than that.
The rest of the episode is just figuring out pet names for Steph. I hope everyone knows it. Buckle in.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Gall to my bladder.
Oh,
I
don't have. Jonathan, you know I don't have a gallbladder. That's rude.
I know. I keep it under the bed in amber.
Oh.
No,
anyway.
not at all. Not all. Wrong sound.
I don't know what's happening anymore. I've lost the plot entirely.
Anyway, Steph, my dear beloved sweet friend who I love so very much.
Oh,
is wonderful and magical and deserves the world.
Stop. You didn't have to say all that.
Well, I mean it. I mean it. What would you say was your takeaway from A Medea Christmas, a movie that you watched voluntarily because I didn't make you?
I know, but I wanted to be a team player because that's the kind of person that I am.
Fair enough.
No, it's funny because you said a lot of like what I was thinking when I saw it, and I messaged you afterwards. I was like, oh my God. It's like, it's so tonally all over the place because you have Medea, being all, quirky and fun and, the comedic relief. And then there's kind of this serious drama happening. And there's also like a morality play. And then, like you mentioned, it's very silly in times, and then it gets very weirdly religious, like over the top. This town is very, very upset that their corporate sponsor does not want them to say Christmas or talk about baby Jesus. And they're like, how can we possibly function? Even though you're giving us $100,000 for this little festivity and you're funding the school, we must say baby Jesus or we will all implode. And then they do anyway because they're like, fuck you, you corporate tyrant. And they're all very happy that they're like, we are here because of Jesus. And it's so weird in this weird, like, quirky comedy with like Medea and Larry the Cable Guy, but also like very serious, like competent actors filling this cast. And it's just, but it's like one of those things like at the end, you're like, I don't think I hated that. I don't even, like, I may have even really loved that, but it's super, super weird. and very
I'm
like all over the place.
to hear, like, I am a Northeasterner, and you and Jonathan are both from the South. Like, as a Northeasterner, the idea of like really putting your foot down about like a religious aspect of a school pageant feels kind of crazy. Like it's a school pageant that they're doing, but also a town pageant. But like I'm going to table that because I've never heard of a town actually doing a pageant. But like in the Northeast, that I don't think, like, generally speaking, you have that sense of like you have to have the religious thing. But I'm just curious, like, you're from Texas, Jonathan's from Kentucky. Like, is there a difference? And I'm asking both of you this, like, in that sense of like Southern, is it different from a Southern perspective how you would do that?
I mean, this is one of the things that I was watching this that I was like, I mean, well, first let me preface and say, yes, the South is crazy, and the exaggeration of the craziness isn't really much of an exaggeration in certain parts, but also like I was watching it. It's so funny because the corporate sponsor, who again is giving them $100,000 for this little pageant that they're doing,
so much money, yes,
so much money, and has only said like, hey, we need to be basically PC and be inclusive here, so don't say, don't talk about Christ in this. They're acting like the way it's positioned is that this is an evil corporate entity who is like imposing these horrible, unfair restrictions on them, and they must be like dealt with. And really, the request is pretty, like in my mind, is pretty reasonable and not like that crazy at all. But they are acting like it is the worst thing that has ever happened to them. This corporate sponsor?
It's an evil corporate entity. I know it gets lost because a lot happens in the movie, but the reason like everyone's out of work is because of this specific sponsor.
Well, yes. So capitalism is the enemy, and I think we can agree on that. And yes, like any sort of rich, evil corporation that's putting profits before people is evil, and I will give you that. But that's fine. That can be the evilness, but their focus is really on, what do you mean we can't say Jesus? Like, how will we function?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that transitions nicely too, since all three of us have seen this. Jonathan, what was your take on Medea Christmas?
Okay. For context, I got the list from Kelly, and I saw she gave herself Medea. And
hey.
Kelly, do you want to tell the world what I said to you?
Sure. I told Jonathan that I was going to be watching a Medea Christmas, and Jonathan suggested that they were a necessary co-watcher in a sort of Virgil through the underworld a la Dante and the Inferno for me, that perhaps my being incredibly lily white made it so that I was not ready to watch my first Tyler Perry movie unassisted. And that I didn't know anything about Medea, which is true. I had never seen a Medea movie prior to this. Steph, had you?
No, this is my first.
Okay, so like I'd never seen anything with Medea. I didn't.
Jonathan, you're like, all right, that explains a lot.
No, because like I did feel like I had to shepherd Kelly, because if you've never been exposed to Medea culturally, like you're not gonna watch it, right? There's just no other way to say that. And a nice saint or institutionalized. I got a notice that said Stephanie Malone started recording. Have we been talking for like 4 hours?
I just looked over and it said start recording, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so it recorded some portion, and I don't know when it stopped.
I just had to. Stephanie. Stephanie.
Oh, no.
Stephanie, we've been doing this for hours, Stephanie, what did we get, Stephanie?
We're doing this for free.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I enjoyed this conversation no matter how it happened. Jonathan, what's your second question?
Did we at least get O.J. Simpson is your abortion angel? Did we at least get that?
Oh, no. No. Let's like leave that out no matter what. Like
100%, no, that's going in.
I don't think that O.J. Simpson is your abortion angel should go into anybody's podcast necessarily.
And yet, here we are.
Oh, boy. Did you have a second question?
didn't answer my first question.
I don't know what's happening.
Maybe we just timed out. Maybe the internet said you're
I think we
done.
did time out, but I don't know when, and that's the thing. And I'm so upset. Like, how early into the podcast was it?
Oof.
Okay. Let's maybe move. Let's move forward. Let's move forward.
Ever onwards. Oh, you all missed it. This is the best thing in podcast history. Like, we cured cancer. We discovered nuclear fission. Much. It was great. Like, lives were changed.
I mean, a lot of things were said. A lot of things were said.
Yeah, that's true. That is facts.
Jack joined. He gained enlightenment. He disincorporated.
No, we should start over. We should start over from the beginning.
How dare you? How fucking dare!
Welcome to Guilty Pleasures. I'm Stephanie.
Speedrun. I'm Jack.
Speaking
my pronouns are ho and oh no.
Since Jack is not here, Jack, we miss you. We love you. We hope you're happy, and we hope you're having the best time being a newlywed.
Stephanie's having a panic attack.
What?
I'm so upset right now. I can't even function.
Sorry, go on. Stephanie was just having a panic attack while you did this very measured reading.
I don't know what's happening. Okay. I'm taking over.
No.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
All right. In the name of Jack, who is absent and who we love, we're going to talk very briefly, at least, about Elf Bowling, the movie.
Okay.
Okay. It is a movie with unspeakably ugly animation. It's really, really, really hideous. It posits that Santa was a pirate at one time with a stepbrother who was also a pirate, and
you're doing great, babe.
I feel like the two of them are just trying to jump in.
I love that you're trying to have a serious conversation right now. We're both just losing our fucking.
I know. I feel like somewhere Steph and Jonathan are both just vibrating into the conversation, and okay, Steph, I'm throwing it to you first.
What are you throwing to me?
Okay, what? You were so fired up.
So Elf Bowling, it was. I think we were talking about earlier how what was crazier, elves or Elf Bowling. We're gonna soldier on. My thought was that Elf Bowling is stranger than elves because elves is of our generation. It's like of the mall generation, and I feel like Elf Bowling was more like an iPad kid vibe, like a lot of bright colors, a lot of flashing lights.
Jonathan is trying so hard to keep this together, but we're falling apart.
No, this is the bit. This is the bit now. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Oh my god.
Mistakes were made. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, if you stayed with us this far, thank you. But we have.
I looked over and it said start recording, and I was like, start recording.
Honestly, it was a great bit because I feel like I was mid-sentence and I just saw it and I'm like, excuse me, Stephanie. Would you mind explaining yourself?
Gentlemen,
then you were like, I'm sorry, I just got a pop-up that said Stephanie started recording 6 hours into our podcast.
I got nothing. I got fucking nothing.
Oh, this is the best 5 minutes of radio casting ever.
Shit. I mean, it is going to be just like a 5-minute podcast. This is going to be funny. I'm going to publish it. It's going to be the last 5 minutes.
Wait, hold on.
People are going to be like, what the fuck happened?
Steph, do you have any of the last 2 hours?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to check, but I'm so afraid. Probably not.
Should we do a quick pause just to see how boned we are?
I'm afraid to push any buttons.
Fair. Fucking fair.
Let's just.
Okay, Elf Bowling. Go.
Let's just go through. Let's see what happens.
A bonus where we're just dying laughing over a fucking nothing.
This is going to be the lost tapes. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful.
I have tears running down my face.
And maybe a full hour and a half of talking about elves is gone. Who knows at this point?
Possibly. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's gone. I don't know what's saved. I don't think any of our bonus film discussions is saved.
Okay. That's okay. All right. Well, okay.
Some people
ladies
aren't
and
going to
gentlemen.
understand that OJ is your abortion angel reference.
Well, they should have been here, shouldn't they have? Tune in next week for more hot takes.
No. Oh no. Oh, guys, we've really gone off the rails. Everybody who's listening, if you're listening, thank you for sticking with us to this point. I mean, what's wrong with you? But thanks.
All 6 minutes of this point. We're going to do some guided meditation.
It's either 6 minutes or like 2 hours. And either way, we love you. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck is
That's
funny.
approximately how it feels to watch Elves, honestly. Either 6 minutes
that's
or 2
true.
hours.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, it's how it feels to watch any of the movies that I assign to people. A quick roundup. I assigned Jack Frost, starring Michael Keaton, to Jonathan, and Jonathan had thoughts on that. I assigned A New York Christmas Wedding to Steph, and Steph had thoughts on that. And I assigned A Medea Wedding to myself, and I had thoughts on that. And Jack, who is
I have a question.
We love. Yeah. Go ahead.
Why did we talk for 4 hours when you could sum it up that beautifully? When you're like, and Steph had thoughts, and Jonathan had thoughts, and that was that. It's like we really were inefficient with our time. You could have just given it to Kelly.
You can't say that because big podcast will come some hitmen after you. That's not how it works, Steph. You know that.
It really did cover everything, didn't it?
We watched movies and we had thoughts, and I don't know what else you want from us, but that's funny right there.
And if we don't have a chance to dig deep into all of these movies again, because we did it already and we don't know yet if that's been recorded or not. It may have been. It might not have been. Who fucking knows? Steph will.
I have 2.5 more beers. We can keep going. We can just do it all again. Like we can take it stop. Let's do the time warp.
We're just doing this. We're doing this all night. Shut the fuck up.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures, the show.
Kelly, I need you to lock in. Kelly. I need you to lock in.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
The podcast where we unwrap cinema's worst gifts and pretend to be grateful. I'm Stephanie. My pronouns are ho, 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 and oh no. I'm like a Guilty Pleasures Christmas movie, full of holiday cheer and questionable decisions. Fun to unwrap, but wildly inappropriate. Joining me for this curse.
You're almost there. Keep going.
Joining me for this first holiday feast are my beloved co-hosts. Let's go around the table.
I'm Kelly, and I've had several glasses of wine. Also, I've already done this podcast. I'm the ghost of Kelly past.
Oh, Jesus.
Hello, I'm Jonathan. I consumed Jack and stole his powers. It wasn't enough energy to give me a full body, so now I'm trapped eternally in what's apparently a groundhog scenario on this podcast for all eternity.
Doing it over and over again.
Just the same bits. Doomed to never finish.
Let's do it again.
This truly a Sisyphusian fate.
This is, guys, listeners, this is what happens when we experiment with a new form. Everything goes absolutely tits up.
Lord.
Like, absolutely stone cold tits up. And you know what? It's good for everybody. It's important to try this
and I broke it.
If our dramatic reading did not record, I'm calling you guys up and we're going to re-record just that part because I'm going to be so mad if I cannot play that back and listen to it.
It's some of my finest work, really.
Kelly, do it again. Just do a little bit of it.
Oh my god. Are you serious? Like, you didn't record it all? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
People are going to be so confused.
Your father is also your father, and he's also a Nazi.
What are you talking about? How can that be true? I don't understand.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we have fun.
We can't.
All right. Well, I know I'm supposed to pick a winner.
We're all losers here.
We're all.
I don't know if there's any winners in this.
Oh no.
Shit. We didn't even get the chance to pitch our nobody suggested this, but we're saying it anyway. Movies.
Let's do it. Let's pitch our final like bonus flicks.
Okay,
and then you can ruminate on who is the winner.
Well, that's who's going to win. Whoever pitches the best of those. Okay, so who's going first?
Last minute of play in this period.
You are?
Oh, sure. That makes sense because I'm not going to vote for me. All right. Steph, are you timing me? 60 seconds on the clock?
Hold on.
All right.
No, I'll time you. Steph, don't press a single button. Do not.
Oh my God. Hey.
I heard the trepidation in your
fucking
voice.
press a button. No.
Sit on your hands.
I was fumbling a bit, but I'm good now if you would like me to type it. Okay, ready, set, go.
All right, I'm pitching The Night Before Christmas. You've got Vanessa Hudgens. She's great. You've got time travel. It's great. You've got things that don't matter that much. I don't care. I'm a little bit drunk. Have a good time. It's fun. It's stupid. I like it. What? Okay. Watch it. That's all I got.
What the
I had a whole thing written down and then I lost it.
Do you want to do a second take? This is the
No, I'm standing by it. No,
the true meaning of
that's what I
Christmas
wanted
is
to say.
second chances. That's what we've all learned today.
No,
John,
I said what
do you want to do that again, honey?
No.
Another try. It's okay. You can do it again.
No, you got what I got. Especially since I'm the one judging. Who cares what I said? I said what I said.
I feel.
I don't know what you said, to be honest. I have no idea. You're like, it's a movie. It's great. And it's got somebody in it and it's great. And then Merry Christmas. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, ho, ho, ho.
Stephanie, after you.
Thank ya, everybody. I'm so grateful.
Oh my God, am I going next?
Ladies first, yeah.
Really like y'all. Thank y'all.
Okay.
Stephanie, are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm always ready. Go. Are you ready?
Okay. For my bonus, so bad it's good holiday pick, I am going with Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. Ooh. And that is Rhapsody, Rapsittie, because I know you're going to want to rush to YouTube, which is where you'll find this little treasure and check it out. But it's less a movie and more of a cry for help rendered in early 2000s CGI. It is a 2002 animated Christmas special that somehow has an insanely stacked voice cast. We are talking about Mark Hamill, Nancy Cartwright, Jodie Benson, Paige O'Hara, Clint Howard, just a murderer's row of actual talent trapped inside what looks like a cursed Windows 98 screensaver. The plot is technically about a sweet kid named Ricky who wants to give his crush a teddy bear from his dead mom and about learning the true meaning of Christmas. In practice, it's 40-something minutes of nightmare faces floating through a haunted PS1 cutscene while everyone insists this is heartwarming. It aired once, was so reviled it basically vanished, and then got dragged back from the void years later and adopted by bad movie sickos as a cult classic. Guilty as hell. Pleasure? Unfortunately, yes. Like watching a bad PowerPoint gain sentience. Recommended for holiday masochists and bad animation connoisseurs only.
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
Great. Thank you, Steph. We love that. Jonathan, do you have a pitch for me?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Are you sure?
This needs to stop.
Yeah. No, this should never stop.
Okay, well, let's know when you're ready.
This is our new official voice of the house. All right.
Okay.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Go!
Go! Save us, baby Jesus.
Yeah, I would like to take everyone back for a moment. Close your eyes.
You only have a minute.
Walk with me to a magical time where they let Arnold Schwarzenegger be in literally everything, including state government. My movie recommendation is Jingle All the Way.
Oh
Oh yes, a tradition where Arnold Schwarzenegger not only fist fights a warehouse full of shady Santas, but punches a full reindeer in the face, starring Sinbad. That's right, comedian Sinbad, and what can only be described as the most ludicrous pyrotechnics known to humankind. It's a wonderful, heartfelt movie about the dangers of capitalism and the length the father will go to send bombs through the mail in order to get his son the Christmas he deserves. I highly recommend this movie. This movie is guilty of nothing, just like O.J. Simpson, and it is most definitely a pleasure.
Okay. I mean, beautifully synopsized in 60 seconds. Oh boy.
I really
my
did
word.
not understand that this podcast was going to be an OJ apologist tour. It's
You can't apologize for the innocent.
You know he's not innocent.
it's a lot. It's so much that's happening right now.
We've talked about this so many times.
Oh boy.
Oh, Steph is just thinking about what editing means in this context.
I don't even know. If we had recorded the whole thing, I would just throw it up. I would just raw dog it onto the internet and just be like, it is what it is. But who knows? I don't know what's going to happen now if we only have this last part of it. People are going to be like, what the fuck is happening? But I honestly, if they have context, I don't think they'll be any more clear about what's happening. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Fair.
And that was our review of the movie Elves.
OJ was innocent. That's the movie Elves.
Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I have this little conclusion, but I don't even now it feels crazy to even do it. I feel like we just need to cold end. I don't think there's any justice that can be done at this point.
No, the crazy end has to be the end. Like we have to commit to whatever you have
hold on,
planned.
don't I have
It makes
to
no
announce
sense.
next month's person?
Sure. If you're ready for that.
And the winner is...
Okay. I'm announcing next month's person, and I'm saying this with the caveat that everybody's gonna immediately presuppose that I am biased, and that's fine. I am.
It's okay.
But
You like
also-
Stephanie more than me. That's cool.
Shut the fuck up. Also, they are our new host, so I think they deserve the chance to throw their hat in the ring and show us what they got. So
This is fucking rigged.
You knew what you signed up for.
God damn it.
I think that Jonathan should be next month's host, only to allow them to throw the full weight of their oddness into everything that is the Guilty Pleasures and No Notes podcast. We already know what one of Jonathan's No Notes is. We know that one of Jonathan's No Notes is fucking the 13th Warrior, which is maybe available to people to hear. Maybe?
No, it's not, but it will be.
This feels like a race. I feel censored right now. What's happening?
You just wait, Kelly, until my fake boyfriend joins the podcast and takes my side on everything.
I want to be clear on this. Jonathan and I are not taking each other's sides on most things.
Yeah, I take your side way more than I take Kelly's side when it comes to movies.
Sides
like this.
I don't know. I think we need to relitigate Jason X at the next podcast.
All right. Well, I think
then we'll see.
I think we need Jack back on the podcast, honestly, because I feel like
we need to be having me 2 against 1 now next time.
What are you talking about? Jack and me versus you and Jonathan for the most part, because Jonathan agrees with the Jason X nonsense.
That's the point.
And that's what I want. That's what I want.
Oh, you want the 2v1 instead of okay.
Yeah, because last time it was you and Jack being like, Stephanie, you're fucking crazy. Why are you so stupid? How could you like this?
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was alone fighting the good fight in honor of the
At
greatest
no point
movie
did
ever
anybody
made.
say anything that mean, but
It was heavily implied. Heavily implied.
Would you say you were having a valiant last stand, much like Antonio Banderas in the 13th Warrior?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That is exactly how I was going to describe it. I don't know how you knew that that's what was in my head, but that's what I was going to say word for fucking word.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That part.
Sure. All right. So come up with something good for guilty pleasures and no notes, darling.
So is it like 8 movies like we did tonight, or just one? And
No.
It'll just be the one movie, and you can, if you want to establish a theme around it, maybe we'll do a couple little bonus things like we did this time, but just the one film. And are we going to try to do guilty pleasures and no notes, or are we just going to do one or the other?
I'd love to do both, but I don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed.
What if we just do a blind bag? Like, I'll present a movie. Not saying whether it's a guilty pleasure or no notes. Just, see what happens.
Oh, that's an interesting twist. You're saying you won't be clear on whether it's guilty pleasures or no notes. You're just saying this is a movie that's one or the other. And we have to watch it without the perspective of you saying which it is.
Yup. It'll be weird. It'll be weird. What are our thoughts? What are our feelings?
I don't know. We will have to give it some thought because we'll have to think of structurally how we're going to do it. But you tell us the movie and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a good plan. And maybe, you know what? Maybe when we do it next time, I'll record it.
I hear that's useful for podcasts.
Well played.
Yeah, I might actually record it, and we're just gonna keep playing with the format, and that'll be the next experiment. Is like, do we actually record it?
It may or may not be recorded.
May or may not be. You don't know. That's part of the fun.
Oh, bless.
Okay. I think that's a good start at least. Right?
Yes. You picking your favorites is a good start. I like this competition aspect because it's basically like, Kelly, who do you like more?
It's not that at all. I just feel like
no, it is. It's okay.
Oh my god!
Like
no,
right.
It's not.
Who's your favorite person?
I would have picked you first, Steph, just so you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You. Right.
You're welcome.
If for no other reason but to avoid the appearance of impropriety,
Right.
I know, and I thought about. Oh my god! You know what? I'm done.
Just silly now. The damage is done. You put it out there.
I'm not sure stuff.
All right, that is our holiday special.
No.
Thank you for coming back after. We'll be back in January with Jonathan at the helm for another gloriously terrible movie.
All right. This has been a really interesting return to podcasting.
Really interesting return, yeah.
Are we there yet?